Hello everybody, it's Avril from Mitchy Titch Yoga here. Hello, it's nice to see you all. Well, if you're joining me this morning, we have a lovely treat. We're going to do a yoga story, and a yoga story that has a real true meaning to it. As we go through, we'll be reading the book and we'll be doing some of our yoga poses too. The book that we're going to use for our yoga story today is called That's Our Home. This is a wonderful book written by our great friend Jude Lennon, and it's illustrated beautifully by Lisa Williams. I'll be sure to show you the pictures as we go through, but we'll also be doing lots of poses. So I wonder if you'll be able to think which poses we could use for the animals and the creatures that we'll find in this book. So are we ready to be real eco-warriors? I think we are. But what do we need to do first before we do yoga or any exercise? We need to warm up, don't we? So we're going to do some nice breathing exercises first, and then we're going to warm up, okay? So are we ready for our great adventure? Come on then, come and join me. So I'm going to keep my book here so that we can read it throughout our session. And I'm going to sit here and do some breathing and warm-ups with you. Here we go, everybody. We want 3 nice deep breaths in through your nose, and as gentle as a breeze we're going to blow out through our mouth. We're going to do big circles with our arms because that helps us to take in lots more air as we stretch up our spine. Okay, here we go. Big circle, breathe in. Hold your breath for a moment and breathe out. And breathe in. Feel your tummy expand with all that fresh air and breathe out as your tummy collapses. Breathe in. Holding your breath and breathe out. Beautiful. Let's stretch and warm up a little. Placing one arm across our tummy, one arm straight up, as tall as you can. Imagine a piece of string pulling you really, really tall. Well done. And now we're going to reach to one side. Nice and gently swap. Remember, we're warming up. And gently swap. Maybe reach a little bit further this time. Well done. And again, a little bit further. And last time, a little bit further. Wonderful. And last time on this side, remember we always do on one side what we do on the other. Keep us nice and balanced. Just going to place our hands on the floor. We're going to lean forward to give our backs a nice stretch. So bend down your head and just lean forward as far as you can, just sliding your hands out. Give your back a lovely stretch. Beautiful. And slowly up. Onto our knees, everybody. Well done. We're going to do some standing stretches now. So place your hands onto the floor. Push yourselves onto your toes. And now we're going to reach up for the ceiling. Okay, using these strong thighs, let's push up into our mountain pose. Up, up, up. we come as tall as we can, feet together, flat on the floor, reaching as tall as the tallest, highest mountain you've ever seen. Maybe you've seen a really tall mountain in a book or on the telly. Wow. And now let's reach to each side. Now leaning tree pose. Imagine a tree blowing in the wind. Beautiful, beautiful. And our last warm-up, let's stretch forward, bringing our hands down. We're going to reach for the floor. Can you reach your knees? Maybe you can reach your shins or your ankles. Maybe you can reach your feet, or maybe you can reach the floor. If you need to bend your knees when you're reaching for the floor, that is perfectly fine. You could do this, or maybe you can reach for the floor. Well done, and slowly. Remember, we do try to stand up slowly when we're doing our warm-ups, so we don't become dizzy. Fabulous. Okay. I think we should get on with our story, everybody. So I'm going to sit down nice and slowly. Wonderful. Now, oh, it's so exciting to be reading our eco story. That's our home. So during this story, there are 3 main characters: crab, starfish and seagull. Now starfish, we know we can use our big star pose, can't we? Stretching everything out as far as we can. We'll stretch our fingers, we'll stretch our toes, our arms and our legs. Now for our crab pose, we're going to use different poses during our story. Okay, we're going to be using our frog pose for Mr. Crab. We'll also use our turtle pose. And I think we may use our table pose too. Now, depending on how flexible, how bendy you're feeling this morning, may depend on which of those poses you use for our crab. Now, for seagull, oh wow, well, we could use our pigeon pose. We could also use our magpie pose. That looks as though he's about to take off, doesn't it? And we can also use, when seagull is in flight, we can use our aeroplane pose, can't we? Fabulous. So do you think you're ready then? I certainly do. We're going to read through our story and do our poses. Here we go. Starfish, crab and seagull live on a gorgeous beach with golden sand and waves of blue. Its name is Puffin Reach. So we're going to just practice each of our poses. Hands onto the floor, push onto your toes and straight up into our starfish pose. Stretching out those fingers, stretching out those toes, arms and legs, reaching. Beautiful. We're going to also try our first pose that we're going to use for our crab is our frog pose. Okay, feet hip width apart. We're going to use our hands to push, really push down as though something were pushing up towards you, okay? Use those hands, push, 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 push that force down. Wonderful. So this is our first crab pose. And then we're going to use our first pose for our seagull is our pigeon pose, okay? So, down onto the floor, and with one leg, we're going to tuck it right in here. And with our other leg, we're going to bring it behind us. Now, you just bring your leg as far back as you can, okay? You can keep your leg bent if you need. Placing our hands either side of our knee in the front. As I say, you can bend your knee or you can take it straight out behind you. Lifting your chin really high. Oh, what a proud seagull. It's probably sitting on the beach, looking around, surveying everything and everyone. Okay, so that was a good practice for our 3 main characters. So back to Puffin's Reach. It used to be so lovely. Now there's rubbish on the sand. There's plastic in the water that's been dropped by human hand. Seagull has a great idea, a message they can share with everybody on the beach. They'll say it with great flair. Now, this is a very important message and I need you to help me. So Seagull has had an idea of what everybody can say. Okay, so I have his little saying here and I want you to be able to shout it out with me every time, okay? So here in the corner is our globe, our beautiful globe of our green earth. Over here is one of our characters who want to get the message out to everybody. And here is you shouting out the message. And here it is. Can we all say it together? Are you ready? Can you see that? Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. Well done, everybody. That was great. That was a good idea of Seagull's, wasn't it? I think so. We ready? The next day, Crab goes for a walk. So we're using Crab on this page. Are we ready? We used our frog pose for Crab, didn't we? Hands onto the floor, onto our toes. Well done. So these are like Crab's legs. And we could do this. Balance. Well done. What a good balance. And these are our claws. Now, if you're feeling a little adventurous, you could maybe try and use your turtle pose for Crab. That's a little bit more difficult. We take our feet a little bit further apart. We come down again, bending those knees. We take our hands and we put them right through our legs either side of our feet, like this. Shall I do that on the side too, so you can see? Feet hip width apart, bringing our hands down and through our legs and hands either side of our feet. So that's a good crab shape too, isn't it? Well done. You're doing really well today. The next day, Crab goes for a walk past children having fun. They drop their sandwich wrappers, then turn and start to run. Crab is feeling very cross. Her claws are on her hips. The loudest voice you've ever heard comes from her tiny lips. Are we ready? Here we go. Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. I should think so too. The children pick the cling film up. We're sorry, they both say. They put the litter in the bin and then run off to play. Hope they've learnt their lesson. So, what else could you wrap your sandwiches in, apart from cling film? We can have a little think about that. Now on our next page is starfish. Let us see how we can stretch. We know our starfish pose, everybody. Stretching out those hands, stretching out those toes, those legs and those arms. It is a beautiful stretch, stretching up your head, looking up to the sky, maybe really think in your mind you are on that beach and the sun is shining, reaching your face towards the sunshine. Beautiful. Starfish loves her rock pool. The water's clean and clear. But suddenly an awful shock, a splash so loud and near. A nasty plastic bottle, the 7th one this week. She pulls herself up to the edge and crossly starts to speak. Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. All of our friends are doing well, aren't they? I hope you're shouting this out too. The young man stretches out an arm and scoops the bottle out, then packs it up inside his bag. He's sorry, there's no doubt. So, what could you use instead of a plastic bottle to hold your drink? I think a reusable bottle, don't you? Definitely. Who is on this page? Our seagull. Now, we did our pigeon pose, didn't we, for seagull, right at the beginning of session. But I don't think that seagull is on the beach any longer. He is flying. He certainly is. Would you like to see? Look how... Oh, wow! I told you there were some good pictures in here, didn't I? So, we are going to do our bird pose. Feet together, everybody. Arms out. Bending forward with a nice big deep breath. And keeping our back nice and flat. So I'm going to turn on the side so you can see just how flat my back is. Can you see that? And if you want to use your wings, down and up, down and up. Really exercising your arms and your shoulders and your neck muscles. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. A seagull flies, she looks and spies a couple with a drink. Oh no, they drop their cans and straws, she has to make them think. The straws could get into the sea, that really isn't fair. She'll have to go and speak to them and try to make them care. Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. The couple pick up their rubbish. We're sorry, they both said. They put it in the nearest bin, next to the lifeguard shed. So what could you use instead of a plastic straw? They do have reusable ones now, you know. I think that would be a good idea. Or paper ones. You can recycle afterwards. Now, Crab was sitting on a rock. Shall we do a rock? I think we could try to do a rock pose. There's some great pictures, can you see? Are we ready, everybody? Onto our knees. Nice big tall stretch up high. Let's place our bottom onto our heels. We're going to take our arms down to our sides. We're going to place our forehead onto the mat in front of us. We're just going to count to 5. Okay, here we go. Nice big deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathing out as we sit up. Well done, everybody. So, Crab was sitting on a rock by a group of friends. They dug a hole and filled it up with rubbish, odds and ends. Crab could not believe it. This made her feel so cross. Why don't they take their litter home? She was really at a loss. Can you see how those children are putting all of that rubbish into that hole? Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. Are you shouting out with me? I think you are. You're doing so well. The friends all heard what Crab had said. They knew that she was right. Burying their rubbish was definitely not right. Ah, look how peaceful Starfish looks laying in her pool. I think at the end we'll do a nice relaxation like that, okay? Starfish lay inside her pool. Seaweed floated past. But when she looked more closely, plastic bags, she was aghast. People were so careless, they let them blow away. Starfish pulled herself right up. She had some things to say. Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. The family grabbed the soggy bags. We'll reuse them all, said Dad. She hoped they'd learned the lesson that littering was really bad. So what could you use instead of plastic bags? Well, there's lots and lots of lovely reusable bags you could use, especially going to the beach. A lovely beach bag. And don't forget, for your shopping, always use reusable bags. So, Seagull, Crab and Starfish looked out across their beach. Although it looked much better, there was still so much to teach. We'll have to try much harder. We need to spread the word. The planet needs our love and care. We really should be heard. You ready? Don't do that. That's our home. You're just not being green. Use a bin or take it home. Keep the beaches clean. Now, Seagull shouted that from up on high when he was flying. Would you like to try that pose too? I would. Are you ready? Okay. Now, if you're a little tot, you may want to hold on to something, or maybe there's someone a little bit bigger there that can hold your hand. You may like to try yourself to balance too. You can bend your knee if you wish. We're ready? We're taking our arms out like those beautiful wings. Bending forward, we're going to try and keep our back nice and straight. We're going to lift up our back leg. Now you just see how far. You may be able to lift it to here, or here, or here. You try. You have to try on the other leg too, okay? And afterwards you can practice it and see how long you can last. Okay, remember to try that really, really flat back. Are you ready? Forward we go, arms right out. Looking towards the floor. Imagine being that seagull. Wow. Fabulous. Well done. And if you want to help us keep the planet nice and clean, spread this message far and wide so that everyone is green. Well, what a fabulous story. That's Our Home by Jude Lennon. You can pop over to Jude's Facebook page and have a little look. Now, I promised we were going to do a nice relaxation, didn't I? So, you choose. You can sit like this if you wish. Remember Avril's circle of life and placing your hands on your knees, reaching out those other fingers, which just mean you're open to lots of new ideas, new learning. There is lots of new ideas in this book, isn't there, to help us be eco-warriors. Or if you wish, you can lie down like a starfish. How relaxing. And you could imagine that you were lying on a beach with the sun rays gently shining down. Maybe there's a gentle breeze and you can hear the waves lapping on the sea. Oh, I can just imagine it in my mind now. So we're just going to take just a couple of minutes just to let that story really sink into our mind. How we must really try and spread the message. It's not difficult really, is it? You just put your rubbish in a bag and take it home, ready to either recycle or put it in the bin. It's quite simple, but that message needs to get out there. So we'll just think about it just for a moment. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And one last big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed our yoga session this morning. I really have. It's especially nice to give across a very special message too. So don't forget, we have our competition running over at www.mitchititch.co.uk, where you can win a signed copy of my book, Mitchy Titch All Around the World. And tomorrow evening we have our story time. I wonder what story I will read. But for now, I have one of my little friends that would just like to wave goodbye to you. Here he is. Say bye-bye, Mitchy. Bye-bye, Mitchy. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day, don't you? And I will see you all very, very soon. And thank you so much for joining me. Okay, take care. Namaste. Bye for now.